Welcome to Jesus Says It Is Finished, Part 13. Today we're in Chapter 3, Jesus, the Water of Life. We'll be reading pages 35 and 36. For a correct picture of salvation, only a loved animal serves as the sinner's payment. These sacrifices point to the hour I die. Cutting the throat of their sacrificial offering should be especially heartbreaking to the one using its blood to cover sins he or she committed. Experiences which humble you and touch your heart prove the value of Father's complex promise to allow my demise. Originally, a repentant sinner brought an animal from the family flock. To buy one in the courtyard and have no remorse for killing it mocks the purpose. Purchasing unfamiliar lambs can turn forgiveness into nothing more than financial gain for the seller. Sacrificing a loved lamb is a substitute for the true lamb who takes away sin. Acts of wickedness repulse the Father. So, the penalty of transgression and price of redemption is my sacrifice. His Son dying to cleanse evil is inconceivable, but God allows me to face the cross. The true ransom for a remorseful sinner requires sacred blood. People insensitive to a pardon refuse to mourn my death at the hands of a mob. Ignorance of why I agreed to perish in their place makes them unappreciative of my submission. No created being can save earth from the devastating consequences of sinful choices. Only a divine commitment can reunite the royal family of heaven. Skilled money changers overcharge travelers needing temple coins to buy animals in Jerusalem. One stipulation priests should recall when assisting in this service is that remorse must precede action. Salty tears, sting eyes scanning a scene of sacrilege, and righteous indignation stirs within my divine being. Because my tone is authoritative, I cause the offenders to flee. Disrespectful actions change a dedicated sanctuary into a noisy marketplace. Divine authority allows me to disrupt haggling of animals for slaughter. In amazement, everyone there listens to my bold demands. Their immediate response to divinity flashing through humanity is panic. Frozen time makes sounds of buying and selling stop. Clearing the courtyard with a cracking whip, I overturn merchant tables heavy with coins of various markings. Power surging from a majestic voice drives out the thieving opportunist. Today, Father's house is free of defilement. The Lord of the Sabbath is ablaze with righteous anger against trusted leaders. Deceitful exchanging of money stops at my command. Watching frightened people and nervous livestock flee, the disciples step back. One day, these devoted men will also experience righteous indignation and fully understand my display of rage. Embarrassed priests sizzle with hate. Fueled by a hot flame of humiliation, they imagine plotting my death is a soothing ointment for blistering pride. Nicodemus, a privileged Pharisee, has education, honesty, and wealth surpassing that of his peers. A Sanhedrin and honored member of the National Council, he holds a dignified position of trust within the Jewish nation. His intentional and deserved reputation earns him respect. To teach, I use life experiences which impress his spiritual discernment. In my defense, when colleagues refer to Jesus of Nazareth with disturbing claims, Nicodemus agrees their concerns may be valid. Then, with a flare of courtesy, he suggests they consider exercising caution before action to protect their positions of honor. Deferring a scene, rulers glare at the man called Jesus who cleared the courtyard and is restoring strength to crippled limbs. Lack of reverence in the dedicated temple of God angers Nicodemus. Frequent scowling shows his passionate disgust. This proud man admires the teacher who chastises greedy leaders, disrespecting their place of worship. From his heart, silent applause is thunderous, and allegiance is obvious. Appreciation for John's sermons and baptisms sparked no need to change his lifestyle. Because Nicodemus felt secure in God's favor, the thought of being imperfect never enters his mind. Thanks to their father Abraham, he views redemption with confidence. Each time he hears convincing impressions of the divine spirit, his conscience conflicts with pride. A search of the heart exposes an emptiness leading to a crossroads. Arranging a secret meeting with the teacher of truth has become a priority. Meeting me in a public place seems risky, so Nicodemus visits in the night. Contemplating my words, "You must be born again," he avoids conflicts with priests, observes me from a distance, and wards off my enemies.